Hey guys, Mason Rock here for Law and Ethics summary of chapters 7 and 8. It goes over two very different uh, cases. Chapter 7 goes over identifying suspects in a case for shooting slash gang fight with a biker gang. I didn't think those were still a thing. But basically, the dilemma was whether or not to release the names of the suspects because they arrested 177 bikers. Uh, 9 were dead, 20 were wounded. It was a pretty big deal. They were all jailed on a $1 million bail. Um, but the challenge was is to report the names or not. And I believe at the beginning they decided to withhold those because they weren't public knowledge. Police hadn't released that information. Um, but then another news company released the names. I believe after the police report had been released, and then of course then they decided we might as well do that too then because the damage that could have been done has already been done, kind of thing. Um, for me, I mean, I don't know, because normally I would be, don't do anything that could cause more problems. Um, However, I mean, if the police released a news report, if people wanted to know, they could go and look at the report. It's public knowledge at that point. Um, so I think reporting on it shouldn't be so much of an issue as long as you're doing it, after the fact. However, doing it before the police have finished the report and everything's been said and done by, the 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 law aspect of it, I think that's a bad idea because then it can cause issues with uh, you people, maybe the trial gets affected by that or something, or someone trying to do something, stupid like revenge or something and ends up killing off a witness or, one of the people. That can be bad too. And I think just for the sake of letting the, law side of things play through, I think, yeah, you should definitely wait until the the knowledge has been released to the public, because at that point, everything's been booked and everything's been said and done at that point, I believe. Um, and then chapter 8 goes over the solo judgment calls, and this is about a case of a one-person news report that had went down, and uh, for this guy, the dilemma was about this little dinner thing. It wasn't like huge news, but it was charitable, heartwarming kind of report where this town had been destroyed by a tornado, and so there was a this fight or something that was being done, and there was going to be a raffle as well done uh, as a charity event, and the money would be given to a lucky winner, and they would also get to eat. Um, with the boxer. But the problem arose whenever he was given the time crunch deadline of, I think it was like he had to have it done before the 10 p.m. news. Um, and he got there, and they had already given the prize check to the lucky winner. But the person that she's supposed to be eating this meal with, this boxer dude, this professional athlete, wasn't there to offer the check. And so he came up with the dilemma of, to get the news report that he's looking to get, does he stage it? I think would be the proper term for this, or in the book it says the challenge to recreate or not to recreate. Um, I would kind of see it as like staging, like in documentary films, where it's kind of like these staged or reenactments kind of things. Um, I don't know. For me personally, it wouldn't hurt to ask, um, because then it lets other people know, and they can get a better sense of what you're recording instead of just recording. Oh, she got this check that she has already, and and then here's this athlete dude. I think seeing as it wasn't like some kind of like serious news, it's like if there was a shooting and you have to be on scene to get like all the information you can get from the police while they're over there, or something had just happened, or I guess an example would be like those storm chaser guys. You can't really you know take a video of a tornado after it's already done and gone. Uh, so I think for this, I don't see a problem in staging it or to recreate what was supposed to happen, because in the end, she's still getting the meal at Red Lobster, and she's still getting the check. However, it's just it was just a reenactment of what was supposed to happen already, but for the camera, which I feel like I don't think was an issue, because it's not like you're you know doing a takes backsies or anything. You're not taking the check and not giving it back. They earned the check. They got it. They won it. You're just having them represent it for the audience. I mean, I don't see why that would be an issue, um, personally, because I mean, you know, it's like a movie. They have several takes. There's something happened, and then they're like, what? Actually, can you do it like this? It looks better, kind of thing. And I feel like that shouldn't have been really a big issue in itself, because you're not doing anything to mess up what has already happened. You're just reenacting. Um, so, which was, but I mean, and this guy, his deadline was 10 p.m., and so he had to figure out something, which I understand. There's some challenges there and ethical questions, but and that's really all I got for 7 and 8. I mean, they were interesting um, cases, and I see both of their points. However, I think how they dealt with it wasn't really that big of a deal, and I think they dealt with it well, you know. So, yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.